It's the Line Makers on Sporting News.
Welcome to the Line Makers on Sporting News. I'm Micah Roberts here at the beautiful South Point Casino and Hotel. Week 17 was very good for the sports books. Ended a long succession of losing weeks that the books have had on the NFL season. Started out in September, where the books did actually very well. October was kind of a dead heat. Didn't win a lot, lose a lot. But November is when it all started to go bad. The worst day in sportsbook history. Estimated upwards to about $10 million in losses on the first week of November, and it just kept losing one week after another. But they closed it out in week 17 with a small win, but it's good because it wasn't a loss. Favorites went 7-8 on the week, and the big games that kind of led to the winning week for the books were the Carolina Panthers beating the Saints outright as 5-point underdogs, and you also had the Lions showing up for once, playing with a little heart, only losing by 2 at home when the Bears were favored by 3. That kind of set the day up, and there wasn't a lot of risk going into the late games, and the books actually got a couple backdoor covers, which they hadn't seen all year. You had the Raiders coming back. Terrell Pryor actually looks like they might have something there in Oakland. Came back and got a backdoor cover against the Chargers. Chargers were favored by 8 in that game, and you also had the Arizona Cardinals, who haven't been able to score since week 5, it seems like, and they got the backdoor cover to cover against the Niners, who were laying a big 16-point spread there. And then at the end of the night there, it didn't really matter whether the Cowboys or Redskins won the game. It all hinged on the total. The game stayed under 48, so that sealed the day. Books were a winner, and it was a long time coming. They deserved it. However, it was short-lived because on New Year's Day, it was back to losing. There were 6 bowl games that day. The favorites went 3-1-2, and it's not necessarily good when the favorites or the game pushes out there, because what happens is those games aren't eliminated on the day, and you still had the favorites go 3-1, and the other games stayed alive. So instead of a 10 or 20 to 1 payout, you still paid out 6 to 1 odds here. So that's not a good thing for the book. And also in the South Carolina-Michigan game, the sportsbooks got middled in that game. Game landed 5, and the books were a variation of 4.5 to 6 in that game. So didn't work out well for the new calendar year, 2013, but we'll see how they do this week. Usually the sportsbooks do pretty well in this round of the playoffs, just because you don't have any more dead teams anymore. You've got all quality teams out there. The spread's pretty good, and you get supposed to get good two-way action. It doesn't always work out like that, but we'll see how it goes. We'll talk to you next week.